Hello everyone, this is Ninja Girl Sakura here, and it's time to finally review Yashahime, Princess Half Demon, Episode 4, Door to the Past. Now this episode, I think had everyone very interested because of the preview from last week, and yeah, the episode did not disappoint. It was a very wonderful episode, it was fun, I definitely enjoyed myself again. I have enjoyed every episode so far, it's been wonderful. And again, Maroha steals the show. She's amazing. I love her so much. But the episode just shows us kind of what the girls have been up to since episode 3. Just kind of hanging out in the present because remember, Setsuna and Moroha don't really know how to get back. I mean, Maroha's working on it, which we see, but yeah. And it was pretty interesting. We see Setsuna, giving her some more character here. We see that Moe, Sota's wife, teaches her how to play violin, and we see her in this lovely, lovely dress. And she's playing the violin, and she's extremely good. In fact, Moe is like, "Oh my gosh, you're a prodigy!" complimenting her skill. She's like, she doesn't think much of it. I mean, she'd rather be a demon slayer, I'm sure, but she does have talent, so that's amazing. That gives her a little more character. That is awesome. So that was great to see. Maroha, she's just hanging out with the old people. Grandpa Higurashi's friends, and yeah, they all really like her. And her great-grandfather, obviously Kagome's grandfather, gives her the same thing that he tried to give Kagome on her 15th birthday in the very first episode, only unlike Kagome, who didn't really care about it at the time. Moroha's like, "Oh my gosh, thank you!" And he's like, "Oh, Kagome is such a good daughter." That was the cutest thing ever. So adorable. And, yeah. Apparently, what Moroha was able to do to find a way back to, the feudal era, is she made a deal with Roothead. And that's when they start preparing to go back. And we see another hilarious scene with Moroha with her stuffing Kagome's old backpack. Yes, that poor bag it's been through some things. But she stuffs it with manga and all kinds of stuff. Just, yeah. Oh, and no, it wasn't a manga. It was one of Towa's, I guess, her school books or something. The one we saw in the first episode. So yeah, then we find out how that got there. And, yeah. She had to, buy the other things she had. So she gives Sota the credit card bill. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, what's this?" And she's like, "Just some shopping for your cute niece. I'm sure you don't mind. Just take care of this, would you?" She's like, she's the most adorable thing. And that was the most hilarious scene ever with her. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. Then though it gets heartfelt because we have a scene with Sota and Towa. Remember, Sota's been raising Towa for her whole life practically since she was 4 years old. And he knows that Towa wants to go with Moroha and Setsuna back to the feudal era. And she's kind of hesitant about it. But he assures her it's okay for her to go, and that he knew there would be a time where she would have to. He's kind of known she's been from a different era since she arrived at 4 years old. He knew. And Kagome's gone there, so he knows. And speaking of Kagome, he does show Towa pictures of Kagome and looks through their old photo album, and there's the cutest picture of Inuyasha and Kagome, her grabbing his arm. That was my Inu Kago loving heart. It was adorable. Oh my god. But unfortunately, it's not Moroha who saw these photos, and I wish she had. But nonetheless, Towa agrees that she's gonna come with Setsuna and Moroha back to the feudal era. So, yeah, they gather up their things and prepare to leave that night. And something important, Kagome's mother tells Moroha to say hi to Kagome and, just tell your mom we said hi and that we love her and miss her. And Moroha's like, yeah, I'll tell her, but I don't really know who she is. So, Moroha, it's like she knows her parents' name, but she doesn't know what they look like or who they really are. Moroha, you precious, wonderful child, you need to know your mother and father. So bad. I really hope she gets to know them soon. But yeah, they they then offer up Moroha. Her plan was to offer up the rainbow pearls to Roothead so that they can go through. So yeah, they do that. And when they are in the rainbow corridor going through the time portal back to the past, they're like, or was it Towa or Setsuna? I forget which, but one of the twins was like, are you sure it's a good idea to offer him that? I mean, we can't really give it to him, right? And I was like, it doesn't matter. We'll just get rid of him if we have to. Maroha is amazing. I love her so much. So yeah, she's like, don't worry about it. However, they do not end up back in the feudal era afterward. They actually have to make a slight pit stop, and that is visiting the Tree of Ages, or the Sacred God Tree. And that's where we see Kikyo. However, it's not Kikyo, it's the spirit of the Sacred God Tree, taking Kikyo's form due to the arrow she shot at Inuyasha, apparently. So that was interesting. So yeah, she was taking the form of her, and she has a request for Setsuna and Towa. And I guess Moroha, although she didn't really talk that much to Moroha, but yeah, and the request was, I thought it was going to be to help Rin, because yes, it is Rin in the tree, but it's not. She was asking for help she wanted Setsuna and Towa mainly to slay a demon called Hidden Maru. Another, I guess, great dog demon who was a rival to the three half-demon princesses' grandfather. So you can call him Inu no Taisho or Toga, apparently. Inuyasha and Shauna'S father. So yeah, they want her. The Sacred Tree wants them, all three of them, to take on this demon and get rid of it, because apparently this guy wants to throw the world back into chaos. And somehow time travel is required to help do this? And they also talk about Sesshomaru, the tree, anyway. The spirit talks about Sesshomaru. And we find that he gave up his title of Great Dog Demon, so he apparently can't do this. He refused to do it, and so now it's being left up to his children, and well, Towa and Setsuna are not happy about it. They are like, well, why should we? And apparently they might have to take out Sesshomaru as well if they do this. I would have to rewatch the scene again, but still. And they're like, even though we don't know our father, we don't want to hurt him, or at least Towa says that. But Moroha, however, she's like, fine, I don't care. I'll do it. She's just, yeah. She is her father's daughter. In every sense of the word. And, yeah. But since Towa and Setsuna don't agree to do it, the tree then allows Roothead to wake up. Yeah. Because apparently the sacred tree has the power to put us to sleep. So, yeah. And we see the dream butterfly as well in the background, the one that apparently cursed Setsuna. I guess the girls didn't notice it. But either way, so the girls end up having to fight and take out Roothead once and for all from within the Sacred God Tree. And that is when they're able to end up in the feudal era, back in the past. So, yeah. And then in the final scene, we see that the girls were not alone there. Apparently, Sesshomaru was watching them. At least it certainly looked like Sesshomaru. It probably is. And, yeah. The spirit of the tree, aka Kikyo, said, if you forsake this girl, it won't be good. So, yeah. It's basically, yeah. It's up to the girls to finish this whole mess. But we got a lot of info in this episode. We learned that Moroha doesn't know who her parents really are. I mean, kind of knew that. But she might know their names, or at least she must know Kagome's name now. And she knows that the Higarashis are family. So, that's good at least. We now know about Kirimaru and a little more about Toga / Inu no Taisho, the great dog demon. And we learn more about what happened with Sesshomaru. So, and I'm guessing the reason he gave up his title of Great Dog Demon is because of Rin. He must have, once she was grown up, let me make that clear, once she was grown up, he must have fallen for her and decided that he wanted to be with her rather than accept that title. But that allowed this other, I think he's another great dog demon, who was in control, yeah, I think he's in control of the west, or east or something? Yeah. And that allowed him to make his move, and now he wants to throw the world in chaos, and yeah. It's gonna be up to the girls, in the end, obviously. So, yes, that was very interesting, getting more information on Inuyasha and Shauna'S Father, because we know very little about him, we really do. We saw him in the third movie, and he was mentioned throughout the original series, but we really don't know him that well. But, yeah. But I think that will do it for my review. It was a very good episode, I enjoyed it. I'm very much looking forward to the next one, because next episode, Inuyasha Unleashed. She's gonna put the rouge on, and maybe Moroha might make a cameo, because it looked like him in the episode preview, but we have no confirmation as of yet, but it certainly looked like him, just with his little hat on. You know, those traditional Japanese hats that monks wear. We've seen him in the series before, so I'm hoping it's Moroha, and maybe he can tell us what frickin' happened to Sango, and hopefully Inuyasha and Kagome as well, because that's my biggest question right now. Where are Moroha's parents? Where are they? What happened? I need to know. But yeah, I'm loving the series so much so far, and I hope that after this first season is done, it continues, and yeah, I want it to keep going for as long as it can. I have absolutely loved it, and I say it all the time, I adore Maroha. She is absolutely wonderful. Setsuna is definitely growing on me. I thought it was really awesome how she could play the violin like that. Oh yes, by the way, I forgot to mention, Moe gives her a violin to take with her back to the past, and she says she'll play when she can't sleep. So that's very cool. So yeah, but I won't ramble any further. Wonderful episode, excited for the next, as usual, and who knows, maybe we'll get more questions answered, but we'll see. Till next time, see you guys later.